Welcome today to Tom's Tech Show. We're dealing with AWS and KeyPairs to access EC2 instances. Hey there, today on Tom's Tech Show, we're going to be creating AWS KeyPair, which is used to decrypt the administrator password on Windows or allow us to SSH into a Linux box. Today we're just going to go over the steps to create the key pair. So this will be a fairly quick video, but it's something that we need to do and be able to do it correctly without losing any of the variable information. Okay, so we do our basics that we've gone over in other videos. The import our AWS PowerShell. We're on Linux, so this is AWS PowerShell .NET Core. Then we need our access key and our secret key, and we need to set the region. And then we actually run that to connect the set AWS credential and set the default region. So now once we have all those commands run, we're now basically connected to AWS. All the variables are set in order for us to send commands to AWS. Okay, so typically how I create key pairs, you can do these in some different orders and some different methods, but I usually give it a name. I create a key name for my key pair. Then I need a key path. This is going to be the path that this key is stored locally on your hard drive. Okay, now we execute the new EC2 key pair. So this is actually finally sending the command to AWS, and we're going to generate that key pair with our key name that we have created here. We're going to store that in a variable key pair. Now, if I were to, at some point in this file, say I said key pair equals some data somewhere, if I were to do that, I would never be able to access this key again, because once it's there and that's stored in that key pair, that's the only time that you have to create the key material, which is your part of the key that is needed to decrypt it. So I need to do, the very next step I need to do is pull the key material out. So that's where I hear a key pair dot key material, and I pipe that to outputting it to a file with ASCII encoding to my key path that I set up here. So that takes all of that key material that I need for decoding it, creates a PEM file, and stores it locally on the hard drive. Now there's no way after that key is created to go back and get the key material. Once it's done and posted, it's pretty much done. You're not getting, if you wanted to do this again, you'd have to create a new key. So any keys that you have that you lose for different instances, you're not going to be able to get back and get access to those. There are some tricks and some ways around to try and recover and remove and reset the administrator password. They're very long and very, chancy and intensive. So it's best just to keep your key pairs set in a place that you know that you're going to store them and they're going to stay. Okay, so now that we're here, we can actually go and run this here. I'll show you right now here at this moment. So I hit refresh here. This is the key pairs in Amazon. There's no key pairs. So of course I could click create key pair and it would allow me to create one right there, but we're going to do this scripting wise. So we open a command prompt, pwsh, that gets us to PowerShell. And now we're in that, my PowerShell scripts are in the documents directory. Oops, I need a CD documents. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you look, I have some of these scripts in here. I have a key pair live. So key pair live. So that will, if I run this right now, it's going to create my key pair and save that key material to my local hard drive. So, and you have to address it differently because we are on Linux. We have to do it with the slash over here in the script. It says /home /Thomas /documents keypair. If we were on Windows, then this key path would end up being like C:\users /Thomas /documents /keyfile dot. Yeah, something like that. So you're going to have to know whether you're on Linux or you're on Windows to what the path naming is for where you're going to save your key file. That's right here. Right now we're on Linux. So, and I ran that command. So if we come back here to AWS, refresh, and here's my AWS KeyPair, the fingerprint. Doesn't matter that I'm showing this because I'm going to delete it right afterwards, and that will no longer be valid. So so that's the KeyPair and the fingerprint right there. So if I come here back to here to my documents, you'll see this my AWS KeyPair. We're going to open that here, and here's my KeyPair. So this KeyPair file, when I go to connect and ask for the administrator password from AWS, I use this key file. I can actually use the file or just copy this data into a little form that it has to be able to retrieve the administrator password. If I'm using SSH, then I tell SSH to use that PEM file as the key in order to SSH and authenticate me into a Linux computer. Okay. So that's how you create key files and how you have to store them and get the key material out of them. We're going to be continuing on kind of with this series of AWS, PowerShell, and getting things manipulated and stuff, and creating your instances and your VPCs and everything else in Amazon. It's kind of an ongoing series that I've been doing because I found that a lot of resources are just not out there for complete examples. I mean, the create VPC part doesn't tell you all the different pieces. You know, all the create VPC will just tell you, we'll just say new VPC and give it a CIDR block, but that doesn't tell you everything that needs to be done, right? There's, as you can see in this script right here, these are all the things that you need to do to get a VPC running, and you know, this one line is AWS's example, so that doesn't quite get you there. Well, KeyPair is also another piece that we need to be able to do to get up to getting an EC2 instance done. Okay, so if you like this video, if you like videos on different technology things, if you like videos on photography, if you like I do entertainment videos, I do some rambling videos about things, any of that kind of stuff, then subscribe to my channel and it'll keep coming your way. If you like this video, then hit the like button. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, so thanks for watching, and God bless.